Our main topic today is going to be buying tech equipment. If you are online, mute your audio and turn off your video until the end. You can use the chat and the handouts out on the club website. Also, for the people attending, there's a handout up front if you don't have a handout over on the chair over there. We'll cover club status items first, and then we'll get to our main topic. Future meetings, there's a MAC SIG meeting December 12th, and that's their holiday end-of-year blowout party. Right here, so it'll be back here with usually sandwiches, and then people bring different cookies and different things to eat there. So that's coming up December 12th. The next Q&A that we have online, that'll be December 2nd. And our next general meeting, which will be an online-only meeting, will be on digitizing old photos, slides, and negatives, and how to convert and what I use to do this stuff. Our officers, we've got Jim as our president. Where'd Jim go? He must have checked the door there. Linda's our vice president. Paul is our membership. What's it? Oh, there you are. Jim is in back there. The lights are low. Paul is our membership secretary, and I didn't see Paul here or Linda here. Andrew is our treasurer. Andrew's in back there. Chuck is our recording secretary. Chuck's up front there. Mike is here. He runs the MAC SIG. Paula, who used to be our treasurer, is now a director at large. She's running in back there. Myself, I'm Tom Kreitzer, and that's who we currently have. Members old and new, you can pay your dues to Paul. Since Paul isn't here, maybe we'll have Jim collect them there. And a reminder, if you're changing your email, make sure and notify us of your change of email, because that's how we keep in touch and send out the notices and the links. If you do have suggestions for topics, email your idea, talk to any board member. We're always looking for people to volunteer to present on any particular hardware or software that you may be using at work or at home. Or if you don't want to present, you can write a short article for our monthly eBytes newsletter. Our website, we have out there the past recording and handouts. So that's out there. We have a deals section, and our eBytes is out there. And the link is sent in all the emails that we send out. Since we're getting towards the end of the year, probably in the next week or so, I'll be sending out the PC Club survey. And I ask if you take some time and reply to the survey by December 20th. We use it to make some important decisions about the club and what to present. And you'll see some of the information is on like this presentation on what stores do we buy stuff at and what some of the trends are. So that'll be coming out in probably the next week or so. Thanks to Paula. Paula picked up the pizzas and ordered the pizzas, and thank you for doing that. And Chuck got some water there. The format today, eat the pizza. You can ask questions if you're here, kind of informal. Feel free to go back and get some more pizza at any time, so help yourself there. Okay, let's get to our main topic, which is buying tech equipment by myself, Tom Kreitzer. Most retailers, as you've probably seen, unless you've lived in a cave, have already kicked off their holiday sales. So whether it's online or just about everywhere you look, there's sales going on. Consumers have to decide whether to buy early to make sure that they get the item that they want, or hold off in hopes of getting the best deal maybe in a week or two or whenever. Many deals are masquerading as fantastic bargains are not as good as they look, and it's easy to be fooled, especially now with artificial intelligence and tariffs have added confusion to the mix of when to buy and what to buy, and reviews and things like that. So it's kind of confused things there. This is a slide that usually doesn't change much from year to year. These are the top 5 shopping sites. Number 1 is Amazon. Number 2 is Target. Number 3 is Newegg. Number 4 is Best Buy. Number 5 is Walmart. And for the lower cost items, Temu is moving up into the top 10 there. That's industry-wide in the United States, the top sites. This is from the last PC Club survey, and we asked people where do they buy stuff. Well, 70% of the people that responded buy at Best Buy. So we're kind of normal there with the rest of the country, but our number 1 was Best Buy. Our number 2, where we buy things, is Amazon. Target was number 3. Costco was number 4. Walmart, Office Max, Apple Store, and surprisingly, Newegg is way down at 7%. The rest of the country does buy quite a bit of computer stuff from Newegg. And if you haven't been out there, I'd highly recommend you go out there. It sounds like not too many people are familiar with that site and, the sales and what they have for sale there. Gifts for the holidays, I mentioned out on the PC Club website, you can get some discount codes, and there's also some tips on how to do rebates. The disclaimer that I put out is the rebates and the codes. Do your comparison shopping. Never trust one site, even though it may say, well, this is the lowest price or this is the biggest discount. Always do your comparison shopping around to see what you get there. And some of these discounts are 3M negotiated or employee purchase prices from 3M's affiliates. Okay, let's get to some tips. Start early. Deals are kicking off earlier and earlier because hot products may sell out quickly or fail to arrive at your doorstep on time. So be flexible because of limited stock. Skip the in-store sales and shop online. Used to be, I always look forward to after Thanksgiving, the Black Friday sales. They're a thing of the past. I mean, there's still a little bit going on, but by far the majority of sales and the majority of deals in that are all online. They aren't in store. You don't have to get up at 5 in the morning on Friday after Thanksgiving there. Retailers are offering more promotions online than they do in stores. Most online stores offer free delivery, ship to store, or curbside pickup. The bigger the item or the more complex it is, you may want to initially take a look at it in the store. An example would be a TV or monitors or a laptop. But certainly buying online, you can save yourself a lot of money and hassle than going to a store. Another example, I was helping a couple of people on Monday buy new laptops to replace their old Windows 10 machines, and they were saying, well, can't I go into Target and buy this model? And I said, well, let's go out to the Target website. We'll put in our parameters for what we're looking for. And the Target website comes back with 1,200 different models. These are configurations for RAM and HP and Asus and Dell and Lenovo, and you have this. Well, you walk into a Target store, at most you're going to see 10 laptops. So you have a better selection for what you have, and you have just so much more to pick from in that online. Use websites to check and see how good the deals really are. There are sites like Google Shopping, Price Grabber, Shopzilla. When you're in the store, if you are looking in a store, you can use your smartphone and point it at the box for things like Buy Via, ShopKicks, Shop Savvy, Shopular, You can scan the barcode or the QR code on the package. It'll compare prices. It'll get you discounts if they're available, and also tell you about store coupons. You can also use sites like bestblackfriday.com and Deal News and the blackfriday.com. So there's a number of sites for that. You can also sign up for deal alerts, which can usually filter by product or category. The one I've talked about in the past is a website called Camel. And also there's another popular one, Honey. They can show you price histories and price alerts. So let's just go out to Camel quickly here. And let's say I was looking for Echo Show 5-inch Echo Show. Where's my quote marks on this sucker? And so this will search Amazon, and it'll tell me what's available out on Amazon. But what I can do is this is the product that I'm interested in. It's a smart speaker for the home. It's an Echo, Amazon Echo Show 5-inch. Let's get some detail on that. Currently it's selling for $54.99 out on Amazon. But I can get the history. Here's the price history for that item. And I can see it over the year. In this case, this is over like 2 years here, but I can even get more history if I want. The price is varied from $89 or almost $90 down to as low as $29.95 or $39.95. Excuse me there. So this gives you the list there, so you can see on here, yeah, $39.95. It was in November 2023, the highest. So you can see when Amazon sells it, they'll have it on sale for a little while, and then it'll go back up to the list price. Well, if you're happy paying list price all the time, go ahead and, don't check Camel. But otherwise, I'm a person who doesn't want to pay more than what I have to, and so you can get an idea of how these sales are. And if you want to be notified when the price changes or goes down to a particular point, you can just give them your email, and they'll send you a notification when the price goes up or down. Lots of easy way to shop there and keep track of things. Let's go here. Come on here. Get out of the way there. Zoom. Come on. Go away, Zoom. Okay, let me get that back up. And I'm not sure why that isn't going. Okay, so you can use like Camel. Use loyalty programs. Excuse me, I skipped past that. Loyalty programs like Target. I mentioned buying a laptop at Target. Well, I bought my laptop at Target, and I have a Target Circle card. That gives you an additional 5% off of anything on the Target website. So there's usually discounts or codes, too, that you can use. Some more tips, get social. By that, if you follow on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you can follow the companies. So you can follow Target, and it'll keep you up to date on when the sales are and what's going on. And it's a way to keep track of some of the exclusive deals that they might have. Create a budget and stick to it. Do your best to resist impulse buying. Check all store policies in advance. It's always good to know the store's price matching and return policies. And I used to talk about in here, is just last year, Target would give you almost a 2-month period where it would do price matching with any other vendor. Earlier this year, Target quit doing price matching except only to their stores and online catalog. They no longer match any other vendor there. And a lot of vendors are doing that because it became very difficult for them to keep track of what was legitimate sales and what wasn't, and were the models slightly different and things like that, so they just quit doing it. They still will, as an example, Target will give you the difference in the price. If you buy it today and a week from now or 2 weeks from now it sells for cheaper, they'll give you the difference. But they don't match vendors anymore. You can add items to your shopping cart if you have a price that you want to look up so that you can find them later. Just be aware that adding them to your shopping cart doesn't reserve it. The only way to reserve is to actually place an order, and then you're sure what you're getting. So if you're purchasing something that is in short supply, as an example, when I talk about the computers or help people with computers, we're buying refurbished computers, there's a limited stock of those computers. So if you said, gee, I want to check this out, call a friend or something like that, or even try and talk to me, by the time you contact me and talk to me, chances are Target is completely sold out of that model that you were just looking at. So if you see something, you've got to react quite quickly or the item's going to be gone. Google search for reviews, so you can do that. You can search for like best tablet reviews to see what's out there. Use the links to learn about the products, good, bad, and options. But be careful what you click on. Frequently, if you do a search on any of the search platforms, you may be getting the ad-sponsored responses first. So Google will actually have a little deal that says sponsored and you don't want to click those because that is a fake review. It's a fake review created by a vendor to make sure that their products show up top on the list. Okay, some more tips. Refurbished devices, buying a laptop, tablet, or phone, make sure it contains a new battery, check the warranty. If they have an operating system, make sure, in this case, it runs Windows 11, because they're still selling Windows 10 machines out there. So you have to know what you're buying and what's available. Check Chromebooks for their end-of-life date. So a Chromebook, instead of Chromebook will have, it's an industry law now, that they have an end of life. So the vendor will only support the operating system for 3 years or 5 years or 7 years. Check that end of life. If buying secondhand from a Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, they can be good, but you have to really know what you're buying and what the prices are, because when it's refurbished, factory refurbished, those are certified refurbishers. They reset the machines. When you're buying it off a marketplace, you don't know if you're just getting somebody else's trouble. They're just getting rid of stuff there. Set a time to make a shopping decision before you start. Spending more time on big ticket items and less on small common products. I have a problem with this. Some people, and you probably know them if you aren't one yourself, can't make up their mind what they want, and so they constantly aren't deciding on anything there. Let me see if I can get rid of this. Why isn't that going away? I can drag it, but I can only drag it to the bottom. We'll put it down there. It should have disappeared automatically. Yeah. Well, we'll continue on here. Understand the shipping and return policies before you buy. If there is a return window, how do you return it? What documents do you need? And is there a restocking fee? As an example, on the Target, including the refurbished, if you do have a problem or within 30 days decide that you don't want it, you can return it to any Target store and they'll take it back. Buying a new PC, well, just a couple of bullets here. First, define what you plan to use the device for. That determines what kind of device you should have, whether it's a phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop. And then figure out what level of device you need, because in almost all these devices, there's the basic or the lower end, there's the mid-range, and then there's the advanced or high end. And everybody's different in how they use it and what they're running there. Example, if you want to edit videos or play games on a desktop at a top level, or you want to do AI, you need a high-end PC or Mac with a very fast CPU, lots of RAM, a fast graphics card, and if you want to support multiple monitors, that's another thing. But the basic machine is completely different than an advanced machine there. Basic is fine for email, simple photo editing, viewing 1K videos, or even editing 1K videos, watching YouTube, Facebook, limited document creation, and spreadsheets. So for roughly 90% of the people, a basic computer is all they need. It's only if you have some advanced requirements and functions that you want to do. Again, if you want to do the artificial intelligence on your local computer, because you can do artificial intelligence on any computer by connecting to the internet services, and the AI is up at the internet services there. But if you want to do it locally, Microsoft Windows has, if you're going to buy hardware, you want to look for, from a hardware vendor, something called Copilot Plus availability. So when HP sells a machine that is AI capable, it's co-branded Copilot Plus, or Dell sells a machine, you'll have that. Also in the, in the Apple environment, it's only the newer, more powerful Apple Macs and iPads and stuff like that, or phones that support local AI. And again, for that that's why they need a high-end CPU, lots of RAM, fast graphics or GPU, and then most of them have a neural processing unit, an NPU, and you want lots of solid-state storage also. Okay, 10 things to buy this season. AI devices, that's very popular, whether it's laptops, desktops, tablets, or phones. Televisions, they continue to be cheap. I think I've seen 8K televisions for $350. A 65-inch 8K. Yes.
Are you broadcasting much in 8K?
The question, I'll repeat it for the people online, are they broadcasting much in 8K? If you stream, there are some streaming services that'll have 8K, or they'll have sporting events at 8K and 4K. There's not a whole lot of content. There's also other places, if you're renting movies, that will, for an additional fee, give you access to the higher level content. To do 8K, you should have at least probably 300, if not 1 gigabyte internet speed. And so you have to have fast internet speed to get the capability. But, 4K and 8K really doesn't make a difference unless you start getting into 85-inch TVs, 100, and upwards of 200-inch TV. You won't see much of a difference on a smaller one there. Low-priced laptops. There's always low-priced laptops. Don't forget about Chromebooks. Tablets, Amazon Fires, iPads, and we'll talk a little bit about some of those. Smart speakers have gone from niche gadgets to must-have gadgets. Headphones and earphones, smartwatches, smartphones, video games, cameras, and these are cameras besides using your phone there, because the phones do a very good job, but they're never going to be able to do what you can with a good high-end digital camera, or even in some cases a good point-and-shoot camera. Okay, where am I here? Okay, let's talk about some items. This is from PC Magazine. They come out with a list of must-have tech gadgets for under $50, and I've just picked out a few of the items that they recommend, and we'll briefly talk a little bit about them. One is for streaming. Roku is becoming kind of the industry standard for a streaming device there. And you can get it as low as you'll see here for $29. And so if you have an older TV, that came with, it's like having a computer that's 20 or 30 years old. If your TV is 2-3 years old, because they've changed the technology so much, and you have to buy a new computer or buy a new streaming device to hook up to your TV to take advantage of the new capabilities. And also, like in this particular model, you have voice, so you can use voice to change channels, to open Netflix, search for this, and it'll search for that. So it's really nice there. Okay, another thing under $50, the PC Magazine recommends the Tile Mate, and this is actually, it's more popular than the AirTags out there, but AirTags, you'll see, I list those later, and those are also very popular. But the tags themselves for tracking your luggage, or tracking your wallet, or tracking your bags, you can use one of these. And again, the prices have come down, and the capabilities have just increased every year. Okay, this is a new device. It's called the Bee Pioneer. This is like a smartwatch, except you see there's no dials on it or anything. You just wear it on your wrist. It's a microphone that's listening to you all day long. It sends the information up to the service. The service will summarize your day. It'll tell you what you did, what you talked to. So it's kind of a neat little deal. I know some people will think it's too intrusive. Again, you don't have to have it. Let's go back here. So it's $49, but like they say here, if you're going to give it to somebody, you better pay for at least a few months for them to use it. It's $19 a month to use the service that's going to summarize it. But it'll summarize your life. And this is similar to if you've been following Microsoft over the years. Microsoft came out with a feature a few years ago called Recall. And that was part of their AI, was going to be built into the Windows 12 operating system. And Recall, as you used your computer, every 15 seconds it takes a screenshot of what you're doing. And then it analyzes that and creates a record of everything that you're doing there. So that's a feature that actually is available on Copilot Plus PCs. It's not available on an old computer or a basic computer because the computing power to grab that information, analyze it, and that you need a faster machine. 3M does have its own AI. So that's the other thing with AI. Don't put anything into AI unless... Consider everything that you put into AI to be public. Just as you do a Google search or you do anything, Google owns that. And so don't put in your social security number. Don't put in your medical information. Don't put in things like that because if you read the fine print, if you're going to be using Gemini or Copilot or Gronk or any of the AIs that go out to a web service, they're using your information to enhance their AI, but also they own your information. So don't give them any information that they want. Now, obviously at 3M wouldn't want patents and confidential information going outside the company. So 3M doesn't allow the use of these AIs that go outside the company. So then 3M has its own AIs inside the company. And they maintain the data, and they do the processing, and they do the analytics on it. Okay, let's go. What's that? I don't know if they have a name for it there. I'm fine. Thank you. Yeah, they're frequently, and if you get one of these AI PCs, I know, most people haven't even considered anything there. In the future, you're probably going to want your own AI because it's like having your own brain. You choose what to feed it, what information to feed it, such that when you ask a question or you do anything, it knows you, it knows your experience, it knows everything that you want. Another example of that would be, let's say the PC Club wanted to create an AI for the PC Club. We'd load in all the past presentations, all the handouts, all the information that we deem good information, and that would be available in the AI. We wouldn't have hallucinations or incorrect information because it's not pulling from Wikipedia or Reddit or from Facebook false information that somebody put out that they liked rocks with their pizza. We wouldn't have that information, so it wouldn't spit it back out. So if you control what you load your model with, you're going to get exactly, what information you have there. Okay, some more gadgets. Let's go back here. This is how many people have a keyless door entry, a smart door entry? Only one? Oh. I don't know where you people have been. Are you people in the PC Club? So this is an example of a smart lock. You can put it on any door that you have. $33 there, and now you've got it. I walk up to my door, my phone opens up the door. I walk away, it locks the door. I can see who's opened it, when I get a notification when the door is open. I get a notification, like if you have kids, the kids got home, they got in just by looking at the notifications on when the lock did. And so basically, for the price of a normal deadbolt, you're getting a smart device. And that's true kind of across the board, whether it's smart switches, outlets, lamps, garage door opener. Almost everything now has a smart capability, and for next to nothing, your life can be made so much easier there. Okay, this is another item here. It's called the Bondic Pro Resin Kit Liquid Plastic Welding Kit. So if you're a do-it-yourselfer or end up breaking a few things, this is the kit for you. Yes. Oh, you wouldn't buy it again? Actually, I bought it. I do fix-it clinics at libraries and others, and it has its uses. It's not for everything. So I use about 8 different glues for doing things. This is for instant gluing, but it only works where it's only going to do the instant glue where this light source has access to the glue. So if you have something that you're putting together, gluing these two things, people will put glue on this and this, and then they'll think that it's going to hold it. No, it's only gluing it on the outside where the light can get in. But it is, and I'd recommend it, and PC Magazine recommends it. Give it a try. But if you do have things, the beauty of this is it's not like a instant glue that your fingers get glued together or everything else gets glued except the thing that you want. This, you put it on, you position it, then you use the light source. The only difference that I've done is I've used products like this for the last 5 years. This little pen they have is giving out UV light. It's very weak. So I bought a $5 UV flashlight that is probably 1,000 times more powerful. And I use that, and I can just go around there, and literally in seconds, the things are glued together. Okay, another item for under 50 here. This is the Logitech multi-device Bluetooth keyboard. So if you have a tablet or your smartphone and you don't like typing on there because you're either having to create a document or even a longer email, here's a case of for $35 you can buy a keyboard. It connects by Bluetooth, so there's no wire. Works with Mac devices, works with Android, works with Windows. Any computer that's Bluetooth capable there, you can use it. Oh, that's good there. Actually, I mentioned buying new computers. When I talk to people, I say, well, do you really need a laptop? And another person that I talked to on Monday at my dad's senior living facility, we went through what she was doing on her computer and determined that she didn't need a new laptop or a desktop. She had a desktop, and she ended up buying the Bluetooth keyboard and using that with her iPad because she doesn't create that many documents, but this makes it so much easier to type and to do everything there. So good devices out there. Okay, here's another list that PC Magazine had, terrific tech gifts under $100. And one of them that they have is the Amazon Fire. It's a 10-inch tablet for $70. And I think I always respond in our survey when I check it that I'm surprised that everybody in the club doesn't have at least one tablet. I've got 3 tablets. And just because you can get these tablets relatively cheap, and a tablet, I use my tablet down in my workroom. I use my tablet out in the garage. I use my tablet for watching football games. Picture in picture. I may have a bigger TV and I may have a tablet going there. But tablets are great, and prices again are next to nothing for some of this stuff, for like $70. It's 10 inches, so it's not the largest in the world, but certainly it's a lot bigger than your phone and having to work on the phone there. Here's the Apple AirTags, pack of 4 for $65 there. And again, for tracking and putting stuff in there. Put it on your bike, put it on your car, put it on anything. One of the uses is if you're camping and you have your tent, put one on your tent. Then it's a case of when you go off on a hike and you get yourself lost, you can find your way back to your tent. So you can use these devices to help you to go anywhere. You're in the parking lot. You're out at the mall or that, and you forget. You can use it to find your way back there. So all kinds of uses there. Okay, here's some more of the under 100. This is the Roku. This is a stream bar. So this is a sound bar that you add to a TV, because most TVs have not the best speakers. So if you buy a $400 or $500 TV, the speakers are usually kind of tinny and small. If you want to get that surround sound type of experience and a lot of bass and stuff like that, the sound bar is the way to go there. Yes.
I had a comment about the iPad.
Sure.
We took 2 small grandchildren to Disney World, and we had lanyards with their names and our phone numbers on, but we also put an iPad on each of them. We never lost them, but just in case.
No, that's, I'll repeat it for the people online. A member said they went to Disney World and they used the iTags or the AirTags for tracking the kids in case they got separated. Because the other thing, or just 1 minute, Mike, the other thing that you can use this for if you're not familiar, whether it's this tag or that, you can set up the notify on your phone to when you get so many feet away from it, it'll give you a notification. So let's say I put one in my bag here and I started heading out the door, I'm going to get a notification that you left your bag behind. So again, it's not just for something getting stolen. There's 101 uses for these things to help you figure out. And as we all get older, whether you're in a parking lot and trying to remember, or if you do have an accident, like somebody breaks into your garage and steals a bike, now you can kind of trace it there. Yes, Mike.
Related comment, there are certain sneakers for kids now that have in the front the AirTags. And I did want to add also that now you can have multiple owners of the AirTag. And so if you're a business, you have a sample case and different salespeople going out with it, you don't have to have multiple AirTags. You can have different people use the same AirTag.
Yeah, so lots of uses and that, and that's why they're sold in the 4-pack, because usually most people start thinking that I've got more than one use for it, and certainly they are valuable there. And again, relatively cheap for the benefit. Okay, here's another one under 100. This is the Amazon Echo Spot. The Spot is similar to the Dots that you used to have, but it has a clock built in, and it has the artificial intelligence or Alexa built into it there. Here's another device for a smart home. It's called the Google Nest Hub, 2nd generation. And if you are familiar with some of the smart homes, you can either go with the Echo products or things like that, or Google has one, Apple has another set of smart devices, and that also. Okay, this is the Amazon Smart Thermostat. Let's just do a quick. How many people have a smart thermostat? There. My faith has been restored. If we had only had 1 or 2 people, I would have gone, what century do you people live in? But no, the smart thermostats are nice because you can monitor your temperature. You can turn it up before you get home. You can do all kinds of nice things with them. And again, the prices, these prices for some of these smart devices, if we go back 2 years, 3 years ago, used to be maybe $300 or $400. Now these prices just continue to come down. And if you're not familiar with Excel Energy will come out, and don't just throw those deals that you get from Excel Energy away all the time. Sometimes it's nice to read those, and you'll find out that they have discounts on about 6 or 7 different models of thermostats that you can buy, in some cases saving you a couple $100 on them, and things like that. So look that up if you do get it. Yes?
Are there stepwise for sharing nest phones. Is there a reason to upgrade them if they're still working?
Yeah, the question was if you have an older one or bought it a few years ago, are there new features or functions or things like that? Every one has a little bit different features and functions, and some of them are as simple as instead of just having one thermostat, you maybe have multiple zones. So you can put remote sensors around in the different rooms too to supply information in there. The other thing that they'll do is some of them will interface with your calendar to keep track of, well, you're not going to be home, so I can do these things. And so you have some of the other smart capabilities where you can start writing your own, if you're a geek like myself, you can start writing your own routines and procedures and interface it with other things to turn on, turn off, turn the temperature up, voice activated, and some of them it's a case of as they get older, an example may be that it's no longer supported by Alexa devices or that. So once it gets too old, the company no longer supports the connectivity to other smart devices within the house and the capabilities there. Yes.
Yeah, we just upgraded to an Alexa Plus, and we have a thermostat was put in when our building was built, so it's not something we actually bought. But Alexa Plus is really, really very good at being able to, like I just said, can you raise the temperature up to 72 degrees every day at 6 o'clock in the morning. And, whereas the old Alexa didn't have a clue. This one you have the conversation with, and it really is working very nicely.
Yeah, and all of these devices in a smart home, there's usually the first generation and the second generation, but they're continuing to add features and functionality, whether it's with other things. So when you have a smart garage door opener, is that tied in with the cameras that you have? So you can do things like that. When it doesn't see movement in the garage for an hour, close the door. You can set up things like that. So it isn't just this simple on, off, or a thermostat, raise and lower the temperature. You can start combining things together to make it easier. Okay, let's continue on. Here's an Amazon Fit Bit 6, $80 if you don't want a full smartwatch. Here's an option here. It just depends on what you want in a smartwatch. If you're keeping track of steps and sleep and things like that, you can do things a lot easier. I think I've shown before, people think I have an Apple Watch, and this is a Wise from the company Wise that makes the security cameras. I paid $29 for this. This will hold the charge for 8 days. I don't have to plug it in every day, but it doesn't have that much functionality. I can change the volume on my Bluetooth earphones and settings. It does my heart rate, does my sleep, does a few other things there. And that's where there's this whole wide range of watches and capabilities out there. So you can spend anywhere from $20, $30 up to $2,000. Okay, let's talk about phones here. This is, what time are we? 11, 20, 12. We'll go quickly by some of this stuff. This is PC Magazine's phones. So if you've got a phone that's more than 3 years old or so, I'd recommend getting a new phone. Phones, you should be upgrading every 3, at most 5 years, your phone there. Here's an example of the Samsung Galaxy A16. It's a 5G phone. It was rated their best budget Android phone. $164 you can get that for. Here's best budget iPhone, and if you've always thought that iPhones are too expensive, Apple has started coming out with some lower end models. Here's one for $599 that you can get. Here's the best budget iPad. I mentioned tablets. This I usually recommend, even though I showed the Amazon 10-inch there, you can have one of those, but this is the one that I use in my living room to do most of my stuff on my tablet. I use an Apple iPad. And the list price is $346, but you can get them as low as $279, $289, and on Black Friday they'll be on sale there. This is an external hard drive, a best budget external hard drive. It's a solid state drive, and this has a terabyte of space there, and so for backup and others, it's a very good thing there. This is if you've got younger kids and you want to get them interested in technology and computers and some things like that. This is a nice little thing here too. This is a 3D printer, and you can get it for $249. If you're not familiar, you can go out to all kinds of websites and download all kinds of objects that you can print. And so I've got great nephews, and they love to print out all these different things. Some of them are kind of toys, some of them are kind of little tools, things like that. But you can get this, like I say, relatively cheap there. Okay, for networking, your home network, this is what PC Magazine, best budget Wi-Fi router, TP-Link Archer. So if your Wi-Fi router is more than 3 years, 4 years old, time to get a new Wi-Fi router. This is a good one for a smaller house or that. And then if you have a larger house where a mesh network is needed, this is a recommendation for a mesh network. Now, if you follow the news, this is the government isn't real happy with what China is doing, and these routers may get banned in the future, but right now they're not banned. And we won't go into more. If you want more information, talk to me. But I'd still recommend this machine. This is actually a machine that I have. Some other Best Buys. We talked before about Google Photos for your photos. That's highly recommended by PC Magazine. It doesn't cost anything, although the storage, if you need more than 15 gigabytes of storage, you'll have to pay for that. But Google Photos now has a number of AI features built into their app and built into their website and their features. And then this was rated Best Free Password Manager. This is Bitwarden, and we talked before about that. This is another one that I found out there. This was from Walmart that you can buy now. And this is a 2 terabyte flash drive. The flash drive has a USB, a regular USB-A on one side and a USB-C on the other side. And for $15 or $16. Makes a nice deal to move files back and forth. It can be used with a Mac or with a Windows or with your smartphone or with a number of different devices there. This is an example here. This is from Shein, which is kind of like a Temu. It's a cheaper version of Temu. Here they're advertising a 4 terabyte external device here for $10.56. Don't buy this. Don't buy this. What this is this is a little plastic case where they put some pieces of metal in to make it feel heavier, and they put a flash drive that may have like 256 meg flash drive in there. So when you get it, you don't get 4 terabytes of space. People will feel it and go, oh yeah, it feels heavy there, so it must be good. But no, it's just a scam. So you do have to be careful there. Yes, the Walmart one's legit. If you go out there, you can do. In fact, I didn't buy from Walmart, but yesterday I bought 4 of them that I'm giving to some of my brother and brother-in-law there because they are handy. You can leave them plugged in to back up your computer. They're not fast, so flash drives aren't as fast as solid state drives, but for backing up, and especially with 2 terabytes on there, it's worthwhile. Get rid of the old ones. If you've got old flash sticks that have 64 meg in there, take them and throw them in the garbage. Delete everything off of it and throw it in the garbage. No sense keeping these old ones that you can't hardly get anything on. Yes?
They technically should be properly recycled because of the solder.
Oh, okay. I'm just adding minerals back into the soil. Minerals originally came from the soil. I'm returning them to the soil. They have solder on there, and there's other metals inside in the chips themselves. That Mike's right. Ideally, you can take almost any electronics or plugs or anything there to your recycling location. If you in the Twin Cities, there's a recycling center. I'll take stuff there, whether it's any electronics, keyboards, old phones, any piece of Christmas lights, anything.
Even Best Buy is,
Yeah, Best Buy will take your computers, no charge for monitors. The newer monitors, not the old tube monitors and some of the stuff, but certainly everything. Okay, this is another one that I liked. Blink Outdoor. This is security cameras. And so if you don't have security cameras and are thinking about setting it up, this is a good deal here of 6 of them around the house and stuff like that. $185. So again, the smart home and capabilities there. Okay, this is another device that I recently became acquainted to. I went in for my physical, and the doctor said, "You have AFib." And I was going, "I don't feel like I have AFib," but he said, "I have AFib." So I wanted to keep track of that. This is a device that'll work with an Apple or an Android device, phone or tablet there. $79 it lists for. What it is, this is it here. It's almost less than a pack of gum there. And it's a 2-point EKG. It'll do a 2-point EKG and tell you whether you've got AFib or not. It'll tell you, it'll show you, create a whole PDF file of a whole scan. You can send that scan to your cardiologist. So it's much more accurate than anything that you can do on a watch. A watch and that, like the Apple Watch will say that it doesn't do scanning. This is a full-fledged EKG machine here. Yes. Yeah.
You can send that to your cardiologist the first month, after which you have to pay for a subscription. Otherwise, you can't talk to your cardiologist about it. They work and talk to your cardiologist.
Actually, I'd say no. You have that option of doing it. So that's if you sign up for the service. The service is free for the month. I'm not paying anything for the service. I can run this scan. I can save it as a PDF file. I can send that to my doctor. And it doesn't cost me anything. And in fact, I mentioned I'm thrifty. I'm not cheap. Instead of paying $79, I went out to eBay and I bought this for $30, a case and the device itself. So you can get it. But this device is sold at Walgreens and a number of places and lists at $79. But if you are concerned with an EKG or things like that, again, use technology. It's good. Okay? Yep.
proceeding after the meeting. It's a good preventive healthcare scan that does your heart and lungs area, and they'll tell you how much calcium or how much buildup you have around your heart. It only costs you about $100.
Ken
Okay.
got me to do one. I did one. I'm glad I did. I was not in a very good
Yeah. Some people,
situation.
some people I know have had the scan done, and they've been immediately checked into the hospital. And because it looks at your ventricle arteries around the heart, and they have severe blockage in some cases. In other cases, maybe you only have 10 or 20% blockage. Anyway, after the meeting, if you're interested, talk.
Okay. This is another medical device. You could probably use it to check your arteries, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. This is actually, I bought one of these, not necessarily for the ear wax removal, but for $14. This is a device that has a camera on the end of it, and you can use this little camera to go into areas, to look into areas. You can see the tip has LEDs to light up, and there's the camera there, and you can pair it with your phone, and you can use it as a little mini camera to go inside places and look in places. I'm not responsible if you stick that sucker into your ear and blow your eardrum. So I want to make it clear, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be a doctor. But I thought the technology, $14.99. It's kind of incredible what they have. Yeah. This was mentioned by Linda Brown for her anniversary present. She got one of these, and if you're a bird lover or just want to be interested in birds, this is a bird feeder with a built-in camera. And the built-in camera interfaces with artificial intelligence to notify you when there's a bird out there and what kind of bird it is. So it uses the artificial intelligence to tell the type of bird. So if you're into it, this has a solar panel up on top, so you don't need to get electricity out there. And as long as your Wi-Fi router, it can reach your Wi-Fi router, everything's good there. So for as little as $79, there's a nice little device there. Yes.
If some of the birds have 4 legs and a bushy tail, we have found that adding red pepper to the bird seed helps a lot.
Yeah, if they do have tails in that. Otherwise, you're living near the Monticello nuclear plant. And they have 6 wings and things. And okay, that concludes the presentation. Any questions or comments? Well, thank you. Any other questions or comments there? Otherwise, I don't know if there's a little pizza left or... Yeah, so help yourself, and I hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving and Christmas time here.
And don't forget to turn the badges in as you leave.
Yep, turn the badges in there. Yep.
If anyone's interested, going to Caribou, just right next, practically next to Green Mill, the same Green Mill we go to for our party. There's that Caribou coffee. Just go there, have a kind of socialize. I'm going. Yeah, I'm going. Ken's going. Ed, did you say you could come for a little bit? Yeah, so some of us are going there now. Yep, kitty corner. Just Century and like 90 and Hudson Road, like I-94 and Century, right across from the Merit Chef. Yep, and it's the Caribou Coffee. It's like right next door to the Green Mill.
I will ask you what I